This is things you might ought to know. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024. I am Jake Campaign, your guide through this stuff that we call the fun stuff every single day, every single weekday, I should say, where we provide for you a birthday, three of them actually, a history lesson, three of them as well, but one thing to celebrate, plus other learning things as well. There'll be some revamping if you've been here for a while. We're going to do some new things, less promoting things going forward to try to get some other things into the into the fill, but we're going to make this thing work out. We're going to love it in the process. Our birthdays, the most funnest of the fun stuff, begin every single time we do this, and we are opening up with a very lovely birthday, a very happy birthday going out to that woman there. She's pixelated, she's kind of stretched out, went to the original National Lampoon's Vacation to get the picture from this one, so it's very old off the internets. But we're starting off with a birthday wish to Beverly D'Angelo, who's 73 years old on this day. Now, it's a bit fitting that we are going to celebrate her birthday, because coming soon there should be another Christmas Vacation, or maybe another actual vacation movie being created by Chevy Chase, who, even though he's probably one of the most meanest, hated people in Hollywood doing acting and anything today, he still draws a crowd. People still pay money to watch him because the people, us, don't care that he's a evil, angry crank to his coworkers. We think he's funny. So Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, and whoever will play the kids. I think rumor is they're going to bring back some old kids to play the kids again, because now that, the joke is over, or maybe they won't. We'll see. But we'll see that coming forward very soon. Also, birthday wishes to Chad Kroeger from. Now, we do give Nickelback a lot of let's just call it grief. But happy birthday to Chad, turning a big 50 this year. Big round number for Chad Kroeger. And Winston Duke, who is still doing many things and will pop back up again in some of the new Black Panther stuff, including the next movie that is rumored to have Denzel Washington in it. And I think he's actually in the animated series for Wakanda Forever. Winston Duke playing Mbunku, the man ape, and just being extra sexy, because women think he's sexy and he doesn't see it. Trust me, guy, they see it. He's 38 years old on the day. Beverly D'Angelo, Chad Kroeger, and Winston Duke, your birthday trio for this 15th of November. History on our side today. History lessons we have for this day include, starting off in 1990, where producers acknowledged that Milli Vanilli, who won the 1990 Best New Artist Grammy Award, did not actually sing on their album. It was two other dudes, not the dudes with the dreads who were doing the dance. That sparked off a whole lot of controversy, a whole lot of craziness, and a world of hurt for Rob and Fab, who tried to actually create their own music. It did not come out well. Milli Vanilli still staunch 90s music hits that we listen to now, but we do listen to now with a bit of irony, because we know the truth. A lot, and this was going on with a lot of artists in the 90s, for producers who were producing things and people on stage weren't them. CNC Music Factory, we're looking at you. 2017, country singer Blake Shelton controversially wins People's Sexiest Man Alive. So yesterday we announced that it was John Krasinski who won the People's Sexiest Man Alive, and people were like, oh yeah, he's kind of sexy. Way back when Blake Shelton won it, and it was kind of like the year of dad bods, essentially. Blake Shelton, like, really? That guy? He wins. It was an off year for Sexiest Man, so Blake Shelton snuck in on that one. And 2 years later, Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, became the first R-rated film to earn $1 billion worldwide. And it's interesting because it was an R-rated semi-comic book film. It was a version of the Joker that was produced on a very, very, very adult level, very violent, very just cerebral. It was there. Joker 2, Electric Boogaloo, pretty much sucked. We can say that now. We can admit the defeat that Joker 2 was terrible. We don't have to hold up any sort of any reservations, because if you haven't seen it so far, you've heard people tell you that it's terrible. We can go on from there. One of the things that is pushing for the change is I've lost track of where my words of the day are in my listing. And right now we have done duende, I think 4 times in the last 3 months. So we're going to hiatus the words of the day for a bit, and also the affirmation. We're going to bring back some other things for a while and see how that works out. But just one more time with feeling, duende, which is charm or magnetism. Duende, The singer's performance was imbued with such duende that it left the audience utterly captivated, unable to look away for even a moment. So that's a word that we've been using a bunch. So you should use it a lot more too, because we need to get this one going. And we'll bring back words today. We'll bring back more vocabulary stuff in a bit. That project is having some growing pains, so we're releasing that one. So we're going to go back to the some of the kicker stories, the funny stories of the week that get in there. News stories that are off the beaten path to throw in here for you. But in the meantime, use duende today in a sentence as best as possible, because you should use more words in your sentences. Yeah, that makes sense. Our daily affirmation, as I said, this one's also going on hiatus for a bit, but the affirmation for today, to wrap this up, is that my mind is full of brilliant ideas. So you say this because it's your mind that's full of brilliant ideas. This will help you boost your self-confidence by regularly reminding yourself that your intellectual capabilities, that's the words, can significantly boost your self-confidence. Knowing that you're smart means that you will feel more smart. It works like that. You can overcome challenges with confidence when you push yourself to remember that you have brilliant ideas that are just all through your mind that just need a chance to be seen. Today's celebration. It's an interesting one, but it's one that once I saw it, I fell in love with it myself. It's I Love to Write Day. This is a day that was started by author named John Riddle from Delaware. He wanted a day set aside so that everyone, no matter how old they were or where their actual background was, could spend some time writing. This is not like the National Novel Writing Month, where it's kind of forcing people to sort of, overwrite and do stuff. It really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what you write. You write in your journal, you can write on a napkin, you can write limericks, whatever it is. If you can write a report, your TPS reports, which mine are late, by the way, so I have to write mine today. It doesn't matter. You just need to sit down and write something. John Riddle was a writer who wrote over 34 books and tons of articles, believes that writing is a very good way of people to express themselves creatively. So he decided to challenge people to set the day aside for writing. He believed that I Love to Write Day could launch the careers of best-selling authors as long as they sit down and wrote. I mean, it's that simple part. You sit down and write something, you will get something done. Writers across the world of all sorts of topics in many different forms get stuff done, and they can see things. They're nonfiction and fiction, novels, short stories, poems, plays, essays, songs, scripts, and like I said, reports. They write for themselves, write for blogs, write for newspapers or other publishing houses. And some writers may be illustrators or work for illustrators, so that's their way they do stuff as well. And some write for courses, such as for blogs and websites and things like that. It doesn't matter. One of the other things that John was a ghostwriter in a lot of cases. So he wrote a lot of things for other people. He took people's stuff and wrote for them. That counts as well. Learn to write more better, and to love it in the process. I Love to Write Day today. So spend some time today writing something. Be creative, or just get something off your chest. Get something down today. Let's take a moment to talk about our sponsor for this week. We've been promoting the Zenni Optical company all week long. And as we wrap up this week, pushing for Zenni Optical, we want to remind you that they do good stuff. This is a very simple company for us to actually promote, because it's a company for me specifically, because I've been using them for longer than we've been using them for promotion. And I've been using them because they offered inexpensive glasses when I had little money, and great service when I was needing someone to actually walk me through some stuff. And they will do that. You can get them on the phone if you want to. All this stuff is online, yes, but you can get someone on the phone to walk you through whatever process you need to get through. There are glasses that are inexpensive. There are frames that are inexpensive. There are lenses that are inexpensive. There are lenses that do all the things you want to. There are frames that look as pretty as you want them to. They take good care of you. It gets a little redundant in trying to do a article and do things like this on people like Zenni, because it's such a simple mission, and they fulfill it pretty much every single time. And then when they don't, send the glasses back. They'll send your money back. That's a mission fulfilled. Even if it doesn't make you happy with the glasses, they'll make you happy with their service. And they make us a little bit happy when you buy from them, because we get a small commission from the buy. And to make it even better for you, if you are a brand new buyer from Zenni Optical, they'll give you 10% off your first purchase with them. Go to this. It's theconversationproject.com/Zenni. This is theconversationproject.com/Zenni for Zenni Optical. They will take care of your eyes. They're taking care of your wallets, and they're taking care of us at the Conversation Project, keeping our hope alive, keeping our projects alive as well. We also want to take a moment to ask you for your assistance. Like, share, and subscribe to the work we do here at the Conversation Project. We need your assistance to get more things done, be more better, if you will. The Conversation Project lives online, but it is a labor of love and a labor that is intensive with stuff that needs to be done. And so with your help, we can get things done. And this isn't the asking for money part that's coming, but this is the asking for your actual assistance, like the things you're seeing here in these videos. If you think it's enjoyable, think it's fun, next week when we start doing the kicker stories, you'll get a laugh out of those. So like what you're seeing so more people can see it algorithmically that we got good content. Share it with people directly that you know and love, that know and love this type of stuff, or love and know that you know love that type of stuff, words like that. And they will get it directly into their inboxes and their notices so they can see more of us. And make sure you subscribe and hit notifications so that you see us when we do this thing. This is being recorded live at 6:16 a.m. in the morning as I'm wrapping this thing up here. So we're doing this live on Friday morning, but you may be watching on a replay anytime of the day. As you subscribe to it, you'll see the notification when we're live, so you can catch it on your way into work, or you can see it pop up in your feed later on so you can watch it when you get a chance to sit down and do stuff. Like, share, and subscribe. Help the brother out. Help the folks behind the Conversation Project out, getting new stuff out. We also ask you to follow us on our feeds on Facebook and X. Go to our website, thisistheconversationproject.com, and email us as you will at theconversationinbox@gmail.com. But like, share, and subscribe so we get more people in the conversation. On Fridays, we give extra love to our partners, and the partners this week are Harold Braxton, Colby Green, and Elton Kidd. With the cup of coffee level and spare change level is Miss Joy Winters. These are people who use the Buy Me a Coffee platform to give us a monthly subscription for support. No, you don't have to give us monthly subscription. You give us one-time donations via Buy Me a Coffee, or if you use PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, those are there as well. But the donations that you give, I say donations, they are direct funding to us, help us work what we need to do to get these shows on the air and get the stuff done. And on occasion, when we gather up enough pennies or people kind of have the extra time, I do have extra help to do stuff. My biggest goal, which I did not meet a lot last year when we had fundraising time, was to get enough for a consistent additional amount of money to pay for the exact amount for two people, one person to be a almost full-time producer, the other person to do stuff in small cases. I did not get that amount, so we have people do small things in small cases. And so when pledge time comes again, that's what we're asking for. But we don't have to wait for pledge time. If you want to help us get more producers, more people behind the scenes, more workers to do stuff, and more gear to make things look better, you can be a partner as well. Just go to the website, thisisconversationproject.com, look for the partnerships page, and join us in the work we're doing for the Conversation Project. With that, we is done. We got everything in that we needed to. Today is Friday, November 15th, 2024. And this is a wrap up for the things you might ought to know, even though I didn't have the right Chiron there, but this is for things you might ought to know. It's been a long, slow week, a long, tiring week. It's been a bit of a downer, I'll be honest. And the people who are partners who will get their special video and newsletter this week will kind of hear some of the downtrodden, the slower things that happen. It was a great week for milestones or getting close to milestones, but the fact that we're, fingertips away, you can't see it, the head camera, fingertips away, but can't get there. It's been a little sad, a little depressing, and some other outside things going on that are there. If you want to know those details, you can email me directly at theconversationinbox@gmail.com and ask about them, or become a partner. We tell you all the dirty details along the way. Thank you so much for being a part of our week. The weekend's not over. We have more things coming. We may start trying to do things you might ought to know for the weekend. If I can figure out how to record them ahead of time, we may do that. That might be what we do going forward for these days. And we do have the weekly roundup, or have 12 news stories from the things you might ought to know, 12 that made the biggest impact, that caught my attention, that caught your attention, and we'll replay those as well. In the meantime, join us again on Monday for things you might not have heard, 10 stories for Monday, because a full weekend of stories to cover, and things you might ought to know, the fun stuff, including the return of the offbeat story, one last thing you might ought to know. come Monday.